I was wondering if I could connect with my dad.
When I think of dad, I'm seeing the number 5. Do you know if the 5th of the month of May is significant?
His birthday.
Okay.
I also graduated in May. I just finished.
So I think he's just acknowledging his birthday and the reference to his birthday. He's talking about a double graduation. Did 2 of y'all graduate, or were there 2 of y'all?
Yeah, me and my cousin.
The reason why I am saying that is because whenever someone tells me information like what you just did, I don't want to just like, oh yeah, he knows about that. And then that I ask him
Right.
like, hey, can you validate that? He's like, yeah, there was 2 of them. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
So he's just saying, hey, yeah, I know, but there's 2 of y'all that graduated. So he knows about your graduation. I'm seeing like biology and medical science stuff.
Yeah.
Is that what you graduated in or what you got your background in? Okay.
Yeah.
So he's just wanting to confirm that he knows what you're going into. He's just proud. So he's spelling it out for me. So he's wanting to let you know that he's very proud of you. He's also talking, thank you, he's showing me a necklace. Do you have a necklace that was made, or do you have a necklace connected to it? So he's acknowledging the necklace and wanting to let you know that thank you. There's also a dog with him.
Is it a German Shepherd?
I actually was going to say it was like a brownish dog that's a little shorter than a usual German Shepherd, but I'm going to say it's a longer shaped dog, but it feels like a brown dog. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Okay.
it does.
Do you have a Charlie Brown or a Snoopy character that's connected to your dad? Or do you know there's a stuffed animal or a special thing with like Snoopy or Charlie Brown?
When he passed away, my boyfriend's dad gave me a Snoopy stuffed animal.
So he's just acknowledging the Snoopy connection. Y'all might catch like weird, I don't know if it's in video or in pictures, but it's almost like an orb or like a little shiny flash thing. But did y'all having that? Are y'all having something?
Yeah, my aunt has had a couple of those in pictures.
Okay. He's just trying to like let y'all know he's around and that he's been just trying to show up and say, hey, I was going to be there. I was going to be there for you. So I think he just wants to let you know he was there for your graduation and that he's okay. And he loves you very much. Like mom, he loves her as well. And that, thank you. He's sorry about the way this happened. Was there a level of negligence or like when I'm not watching what I'm doing or I'm making mistakes to this? It's almost like when something's supposed to be done one way and it's done a different way and it ends up leading to his passing.
In a way.
It's like I feel like there's like negligence or like safety checks are not happening. It's almost like something's not being checked or something's not being done that's supposed to be done that would allow for someone to safely be able to do this.
Can I know you like say not to share a lot of information, but can I share like how his passing or like the details of it?
Before you give me any more, I just want to make sure I give as much as I can. He's bringing me to my breathing and he's bringing me to my respiratory system. Was his respiratory system affected, or do you know if he was also having difficulty with catching his breath or breathing when this happened?
He had a sleep apnea machine and he was having trouble sleeping.
Do you also know if there was like a loss of blood flow or oxygen to the brain? Or there was like pressure in his head or headaches before he happened? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think he's saying, hey, this is my fault. But I feel the way he's saying this is almost like something should have been checked or I should have done something extra that would have kept this from happening. And it's almost like feeling not necessarily responsible, but like, I'm sorry this happened the way it did because it didn't have to happen. And so that's the way he's trying to acknowledge this. I must feel like a hit to, like pressure in the head, but I'm also hitting something else that feels a little bit different to the head as well. Do you know if he also had a knock to the head or hit to the head?
Yeah, he took his own life.
There's something that doesn't make sense to me about this. Was he on any medication when this happened?
I believe he was on blood pressure, but we were having he was forgetting a lot at work, and I was having concerns about like potential early onset dementia.
Do you know if he was suffering from forms of psychosis or he was kind of acting completely out of character when this happened? Yeah. When I think of his situation, I'm reminded of people that have had these instances where sometimes like when I heard of people who had COVID and after that they had such a loss of oxygen to their brain, they kind of flipped and went a bit crazy for a bit. I actually have a friend who went through this exact kind of scenario where she got COVID. There was such a loss of oxygen to her brain. She started suffering from symptoms of schizophrenia that were very similar to actual schizophrenia to the point where they had to put her on suicide watch because she was getting on beds and like ripping IVs and saying, I'm Jesus Christ, I'm Jesus Christ. So he's making me feel like something could have been done to prevent this. And it was like not realizing the loss of oxygen to his brain and like the whacker that hit to the brain, it being more of an issue. And it's almost like I'm not pursuing this enough or I'm not looking into this further. And there's a feeling of negligence. Even though you're saying he died by self-inflicted gunshot, I don't feel like he was in the right state of mind or like this was like a person thinking normally. I'm seeing this as like someone is going through psychosis or they've completely lost a sense of reality and they're kind of going through a spiral event and they don't realize what's going on and they're getting paranoid and they're just kind of losing their like grasp of reality, because I
Yeah.
don't feel like this is the kind of person that he was. And so this
Mm-mm.
feels very out of character for him, and like
Yes.
not something that like I think he would have dealt with in the past or even tried to do in the past. It's like it almost
Right.
came out of nowhere.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly. We tried to get him to a doctor multiple times because like he had that like memory loss and whatnot. I had always thought it was like early onset because he didn't want to know. He didn't want to go to the doctor, and I think that like scared him that he was forgetting. And in the couple weeks coming up to his passing, he was forgetting a lot. They were noticing at work. He did start to spiral. He couldn't sleep for days and days and days. And I was in college and I had no idea what was going on. I just like heard it through my mom, and he was really paranoid the days before.
When they went to the doctor, did they just kind of say, "Oh, this is on your head," or no, like you just need to like learn to relax and not like stress out, or maybe you're dealing with extra stress? Like they didn't even catch the signs of something was wrong.
It was 3 days before. My dad had called my mom. They had been separated for years, but they were still really good friends. He called her at like 6 in the morning. He was like, I need to go to the hospital. I can't sleep. I'm not feeling good. Like his blood pressure was through the roof. They went to the ER. The doctor was talking to him and they asked him, like, are you wanting to hurt yourself or others? He was like, no. My mom started crying and she was like, I need you here for Katie. And he's like, I know, don't cry. Everything's okay. That's the last time they went to the ER. And 2 days later
Yeah,
is
this
what
is like
happened.
this is the negligence. This is like the safety checks or what they were.
Right.
Did they not have a psychiatrist or someone who deals with people who are going through mental health issues? Did they not even have someone talk to him?
They had like a phone number through his work and he wrote it down and he never called.
I think this is what he's talking about, like negligence. Like there was negligence and they didn't catch what was happening because this wasn't just, oh, like I'm having a bad time and I just want to off myself. No, this is more like something is wrong in my head. Like I don't feel right. This is what this was about. This is
Mhm.
not her fault. And I think this is why he wants to tell your mom he loves her and he's sorry for what happened and to not feel like she could have prevented this or stopped this because this was not on her.
They
This
were
was,
talking like every single day. Like
yeah,
she'd stay up late with him.
yeah. He's okay, sweetheart. And just to let her know that he's okay.
And I have one more question if that's okay. My dad thought that I was the beneficiary for the 401k and I wasn't. He had just taken her name off. I have no idea how that's going to play out and I'm really anxious about it because me and her haven't spoken since he's passed. I don't know what's going to go on with that. So I just wondered
Yeah,
if
I
you
think
had any.
it's gonna get worked out in probate, and I do think that they're gonna come up with a percentage. Is 27,000 or 270,000? Is that number make sense to you?
I don't know the estimate of the 401k because they won't tell me, but we're thinking around 30, so maybe
Okay,
20
I'm
something.
saying 27. So my assumption is either 27,000 or 270,000. But if it's 30,000 or right around there, it's probably gonna be around 27,000 when everything is said and done.
Okay,
Okay,
thank
I
you.
do think that you're going to get a percentage of all that because I feel like even though he may have taken her name off, I think that because it was left open the way it was, by default, they have to go through probate and they're going to have to work this out
Right.
where it's, and you're entitled to.
Okay.
All right,
Thank you
sweetheart.
so
You're
much.
welcome, darling.
Bye. Thank
Bye.
you.